Yeah, so the practice of doing requests for teachings, when they when they invite the external speakers, there will be some of them who will represent the group to go and visit the venerable in charge. Like for example, this coming Sunday is Bhante Dharma Ratana. So some of them would have gone down to meet Bhante. I presume they did. And then to do the request for Bhante to do the teachings. The same goes for last week for Venerable Chuan Xian. And then the following, at the third week of April, we invited Venerable Kai Chen to do the teachings. So the Xiao did you all go down in person to meet the Venerable? You maybe have to check with the team, because some of the team who is responsible for that part may not be here today. Yeah, so this follows, in a way, the tradition from the Buddha's time, when the Brahma Sahampati make the request for the Buddha to give the teachings. This completes the initiation of teaching, whereby the for teaching to take place, there are two main components involved. One which is the speaker, the other one is the listener. Yeah, the speaker's duty is to make sure that the Dharma is ready, and to have the skillful means, and to have the compassion to teach. Yeah, but for the listener, also have to do something. Yeah, must have the faith, must lend ear, must be attentive, must retain the teachings. Yeah, so and then must make the request. Yeah. Yeah, so by doing this, by doing the request, you are fulfilling the part of the listener, to initiate the teaching. Then as far as the Sangha Dana is concerned, so so previously, when in Alaya we have the Dana option, right? So there was some confusion. I think at least a good number of participants, when they put it to Dana, they think Dana for Sifu. But then in the committee, they thought that the Dana is for the event. So so for a few years, the Dana is just sit inside the society until one of the honorary auditor, when going through the audit, then during the review, raised a question that when she do the audit for other societies would actually provide support for the spiritual advisor. But she noticed that in the accounts, there's no amount that is used for supporting the spiritual advisor. So she asked the question like, then how do you expect the spiritual advisor to survive all this? Yes. So then it was discussed. But of course, previously, I also told them, I said, previously, as and when there is events, participants do offering. Yeah. But I also highlighted to them, because then they decided, okay, so what to do with it, right? And they decided to take the fund, the existing fund, and then split it into half. Yeah. So I was highlighting to some of them recently that the split into half is that originally it was purely for Sangha, but then because of the ambiguity, so half of it is given to society to run events, not the other way around. Not that it was originally given for events, then Sifu, okay, I'll give half to you. No. So then eventually we decided to avoid the ambiguity, we created multiple dana types. So one which is general dana, so general fund. So that's purely for the society to defray operating costs. Yeah. And then the Sangha fund is for the spiritual advisor. And then recently we decided to include additional options for the invited speakers. Yeah. So that is more straightforward and simple. Yeah, so the monthly offering consists of all those collections that is made that doesn't fall under particular events. That doesn't fall under particular events. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I also highlighted to them that as far as Sangha is concerned, as far as the venerables are concerned, at least the ones I know, I don't know about others, but we don't conduct programs to collect funds. If there's a fundraising program, then it's very clear this is for fundraising. Yeah, but other than that, when we conduct events, it's not for that. So many years ago, when I was in US, when I was newly ordained, I actually don't even receive, I don't even want to handle money. I don't even so I went to this Thai forest monastery called Abhayagiri, yeah, in San Francisco, before I went for higher ordination. And I visited them. And then during the few days I was there, I think I was there for a short time, just a week. I consulted the Ajahn Pasiano. I consulted him on the practice of this thing about funds, you know. So yeah, yeah. So we in the Thai forest monastery, they practice it quite strictly. They don't touch, they don't receive funds. But ultimately, so when I was there, it was quite interesting because one of the senior monk from Laos, he was the guest monk who was mentoring me during my stay. So he shared with me that actually in most of the Theravadan tradition, this is also not practiced anymore. Yeah. So my point here is, I'm not criticizing any tradition. My point here is, Sangha members actually don't give teachings for the sake of the fun. Yeah. So, but at the same time, in today's society, especially in Singapore, there is this this practical aspect of it. Hence this arrangement. Yeah, hence there's this arrangement. Yeah. So there are also others. I want to highlight that when you all do dana, right? Don't just do dana to, oh, this Sifu because I attend his class. Yeah. Anytime you're outside and you see some monks who are monks or nuns for that matter, don't just give to monks. Whether it's monks or nuns, as long as it's a monastic member, if let's say they are having lunch, then offer to provide for the meal. Yeah, if there's lay people with them, then you don't have to usually. Yeah, because if there's lay people present, usually it's the lay people who is offering the lunch already. So don't go and fight to offer lunch. Yeah. So by doing that, then it frees us from the process of thinking about the money altogether. Yeah. For myself, I would say that I've been very fortunate and blessed, both through the support of the senior monks and also lay people such as yourself. So I tell students, I say, as a result, I can say that, oh, I conduct programs, don't have to care about the fees, you know. But there are others who don't have it so easy. Because although we are all monastics, right? But our karma is different so much. Yeah. So don't just support those that you attend talks with. Yeah, don't think in this way. Yeah, because it's not a transaction. Yeah, it's not a transaction. Just as we give teachings not for the dana, likewise, when you do dana, it's purely to support sangha members to do a practice. Yeah, not because this person give teaching, so I pay him. Not payment, not payment. Then it's purified on both sides. Yeah. The truth is, even in the Buddha's time, not all the monks and nuns are able to give teachings. This is, you can see this in the suttas. Yeah. In fact, there are even the arahants who are not eloquent like Venerable Sariputra. Venerable Sariputra is exceptional. Yeah. Venerable Mahakachana is exceptional. Venerable Sariputra um, is praised by the Buddha as the chief in Dharma. Yeah, first foremost in wisdom, and then Venerable Mahakachana is praised to be foremost in elucidation of meaning. Yeah, so when the Buddha say one short phrase, he's able to expound in detail. Yeah, give a lot of to bring out the deeper meaning in detail. Yeah, but there are other arahants that you can see in the sutta where they are arahant. No, it's not that they are not. They are arahant, but they cannot teach. Yeah, they are not able to explain in such detail, right? In our own life, in real life, we also can see that, right? There are some teachers who can explain, yeah, but there are some teachers, their explanation, after you hear the explanation, sometimes it's worse than before. Yeah. So some teachers, but they are qualified, they know the subject matter, So, so similarly, not everybody, not all the monastics conduct classes. Yeah. We serve the community in various ways. The two most obvious ways is one is conduct classes, one is conduct puja services. Yeah. Do not think that those who conduct puja services are any lesser. Don't think in that way. Yeah, they actually provide a very important service for the community. Yeah, I can tell you that if there were no monks conducting puja services, Buddhism would have declined even faster. Why? Because those who incline towards the teaching are far and few to come by. Yeah, it's far and few to come by. You just think about it. When we conduct a Dharma class, yeah, our group is still not so bad, it goes up and down. This is not the Dharma class, this is the meditation group. But for Dharma class, over the years, sometimes at its peak, can it be about 100 plus? Yeah. But if you are talking about a puja, easily 100, no problem. Yeah, you can have many more. Yeah. So imagine if the venerables who conduct puja services, like from my Amma's time, they don't conduct. How? Everybody just 来听经听经，来听经，几只 yeah then what will happen is the few who attend can benefit lah, yeah, but not but Buddhism is not just comprising the few who actually listen to Dharma. Although we have to say that at the core of Buddhism is the Dharma, right? Yeah, but chanting, what are they chanting? Unless they are chanting karaoke song lah, yeah, they are not ma. They are chanting Dharma also. So they are acting as the medium for the Dharma to persist also. Yeah. So I remember I think the first or second run of Heart Sutra, I shared this with the participants. I told them many times those who attend Dharma classes, they tend to have the I don't say it's ego, but tend to have that kind of a bit of a pride, a bit of like sense of superiority. That, oh, we learn Dharma, you all only do chanting. I say this because I was like that. So I think at least there are some students who may be like that. Yeah. So I told them, don't look down upon those who do chanting. Yeah, don't do that. Why? I told them, because if not for chanting, my Amma's generation, usually they just go and do chanting. Yeah. And because of my Amma, she say, okay, everybody, 1st and 15th of lunar calendar, come. So the whole family, everybody, Dada had to come. Nowadays, Amma no power one. Nowadays, Amma must ask the grandson, granddaughter, what do you want to eat? Last time, now come, eat. Ask so much, eat. don't want to listen, give you chili. That's what my grandma did. Yeah. And I don't want to sleep, huh? Don't listen. Okay, come. Then whole morning she was in the kitchen pounding. Then you hear gong 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 gong, you know, the mortar, the pestle and the mortar, gong 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 gong. Then suddenly she asked, boy, lie. So Amma lie, what lie? Go there. Then answer. Then she hold my mouth. Stuff it inside. Pure chili is pure chili. that's how my Amma is. Hard love. I say this not with resentment. I say this with with much fondness. That I mean, she's so cute, you know. You know, so she don't talk so much. Yeah, that day we were just talking about how I was visiting my uncle and we were talking about how our Amma, right, don't talk much, you know. Yeah. So in that generation, don't talk much, just do. So just chant. And I told the Heart Sutra students, I say, if our master Wu Feng Changlao, if he had insisted that everybody must learn Dharma, don't learn Dharma, don't come temple, then a lot of the Amma at that point in time, middle age, they will be like, okay, Lord, then then go to other places that can pray, Lord. Then today you will have 传官道士, 传官道长, or it could be a priest, right? Possibility lah, possible. Of course, I like to think that my connection with Dharma is very strong. Yeah, but there are many cases where, because of the grandparents or parents, then it affects the rest. Yeah. Oh, so when we do support the Sangha, support unanimously. Yeah. Support equally. Don't discriminate. This venerable 比较庄严，供养多50块。That one, like, yeah. Or even when you go and join to do chanting, right? I know that some lay people, you know, the kind of discrimination that some are not some lay people have. 那个法师 他唱哦很难听的嘞，啊，人家don't think in that way 每个人修的不一样嘛，发出来的声音就不一样嘛，Yeah， 对吗？Yeah，but even more importantly，你修的不一样，所以你听出来的就不一样。佛陀佛陀听每个人的音声都 OK 的，佛陀吃什么东西都 OK，我们吃了就一大堆问题。我们吃这个好吃，这个不好吃，这个，Yeah, we for us we eat things, we eat this. I like this one, I don't like this one. Tastes good, the other one don't taste good. Yeah, then hard to be grateful. Yeah. So if when you go and attend puja or dharma talk, don't be so attached to the sound. How the sound like? I'm gonna say taste like. How the sound like? Yeah. How the person's voice. If you do that, that's your problem. That's not his problem or her problem. Last time I cannot. I must admit I also have a bit like I have a bit but because to begin with, I wasn't so keen on puja. Yeah, all the while I'm not so keen. But over time, I start to appreciate that it serves its function. Yeah, and I sometimes I also do chanting on my own. Yeah, just don't tell you only. Yeah, because sometimes how do I put it? Chanting has its effect. Yeah, chanting has its effect. Yeah. So that's what I want to say about the dana. Don't discriminate when you do sangha offering. Don't just offer because this is my sifu, not your sifu. This one is just another sifu. Okay. Any sifu that you meet, monks or nuns, yeah, any tradition. Okay. I don't care how other tradition treat other tradition. We don't care. Okay, but if you want to learn from sifu, regardless of the tradition, whether it's from the Chinese Mahana tradition, the Tibetan Mahana tradition, the Sri Lanka Theravadan tradition, and so on and so forth. By Venice, boleh. Yeah, some of them have to go off first. So that way, then when you do dana, then you have a lot of opportunity. In Singapore, there are so many traditions. Yeah. Then whenever you see Sangha members, you feel with joy. You don't have like, oh, this one don't know which tradition one. This one, oh, this one not my sifu. That one, 忙死你了. Okay. So have a terrific Thursday ahead. Amitabha.